California Property and Casualty Exam Prep. Question 1. In a personal auto policy, PAP, a newly acquired additional car will have automatic coverage if the insured, Option A, immediately adds it to the policy. Option B, reports it to the DMV within 7 days. Option C, asks the insurer for coverage within a specific time frame, for example, 14 days. Option D, never drives the car. The correct answer is option C, asks the insurer for coverage within a specific time frame, for example, 14 days. The PAP provides automatic coverage for a newly acquired auto for a limited period, often 14 days, provided the insured notifies the insurer and pays the premium for it. Question 2. Workers' Compensation Part 2. Employer's liability covers. Option A, the employee's work-related injury expenses. Option B, an employee's lawsuit against the employer for negligence in maintaining a safe workplace. Option C, damage to the employer's property by an employee. Option D, the employer's motor vehicle liability. The correct answer is option B, an employee's lawsuit against the employer for negligence in maintaining a safe workplace. While Part 1 covers the no-fault statutory benefits, Part 2 provides liability coverage for the employer against lawsuits claiming injury from a lack of a safe workplace in situations not covered by the workers' compensation law. For example, a loss of consortium claim by a spouse. Question 3. Which of the following perils is typically excluded from a standard, unendorsed homeowners policy? Option A, fire. Option B, windstorm. Option C, theft. Option D, flood. The correct answer is option D, flood. Flood, earthquake, and mudslide are standard exclusions on most property policies and require separate policies or endorsements, like an FIP flood policy. Question 4. The person who evaluates the extent of a loss and negotiates a settlement is a N. Option A, underwriter. Option B, producer. Option C, actuary. Option D, adjuster. The correct answer is option D, adjuster. An adjuster investigates, verifies, and determines the amount of an insurer's liability. They can be staff employees, independent contractors, or public adjusters representing the insured. Question 5. An insurer formed under the laws of a country outside the United States is called a N. Option A, domestic insurer. Option B, foreign insurer. Option C, alien insurer. Option D, non-admitted insurer. The correct answer is option C, alien insurer. A domestic insurer is formed in the home state, a foreign insurer in another U.S. state, and an alien insurer in a country outside the U.S. Question 6. The homeowners form specifically designed for renters, tenants, is the option A, HO2, option B, HO3, option C, HO4, option D, HO6. The correct answer is option C, HO4. The HO4, or renters form, covers a tenant's personal property and provides liability coverage but does not cover the dwelling structure. Question 7. A building under construction can be insured using a option A, business owner's policy, BOP. Option B, builder's risk form. Option C, standard commercial property form. Option D, business income form. The correct answer is option B, builder's risk form. A builder's risk policy is specifically designed to cover buildings in the course of construction, including materials and equipment on site. Question 8. The state-mandated financial responsibility law requires drivers to prove they can. Option A, operate a vehicle safely. Option B, pay for damages they may cause in an auto accident. Option C, pass a driving test. Option D, pay for their own vehicle's repairs after any accident. The correct answer is option B, pay for damages they may cause in an auto accident. Financial responsibility laws exist to ensure drivers can cover the costs of bodily injury and property damage they may cause. Proof of this ability is most commonly satisfied by purchasing an auto liability insurance policy. Question 9. The fair rental value coverage in a dwelling or homeowner's policy compensates the insured for Option A, loss of personal property. Option B, lost rental income if the property becomes uninhabitable due to a covered loss. Option C, damage to a tenant's vehicle. Option D, medical payments to a tenant. The correct answer is option B, lost rental income if the property becomes uninhabitable due to a covered loss. This coverage, similar to loss of use for a homeowner, replaces the income a landlord loses when a covered peril makes the rental unit unlivable. Question 10. A policy with a per occurrence limit of $1 million will pay no more than this amount for: Option A, all claims made in a single year. Option B, any one claim arising from a single loss event. Option C, all claims from a single insured. Option D, the legal defense costs only. The correct answer is option B, any one claim arising from a single loss event. The per occurrence limit caps the insurer's payout for all damages arising from a single occurrence, regardless of the number of claimants. This is distinct from the aggregate limit, which is the maximum for all occurrences in a policy period. Question 11. An insured rents a hotel room after their home is damaged by a covered fire. The cost of the hotel above their normal living expenses is covered under: Option A, Part A, dwelling. Option B, Part B, other structures. Option C, Part D, loss of use. Option D, Part E, personal liability. The correct answer is option C, Part D, loss of use. The loss of use coverage, coverage D, includes additional living expenses, paying for the increase in costs to maintain a normal standard of living, such as hotel and restaurant bills. Question 12. Under the pair and set clause in a homeowner's policy, if one of a pair of valuable earrings is lost, the insurer will typically: Option A, pay the full limit of the item's value. Option B, pay the difference between the value of the pair and the value of the single remaining item. Option C, require the insured to surrender the remaining item to the insurer. Option D, pay nothing, as the loss of one is not a total loss. The correct answer is option B, pay the difference between the value of the pair and the value of the single remaining item. The insurer has the option to pay the difference in actual cash value of the property before and after the loss, or to repair or replace the property. This prevents the insured from profiting on a partial loss of asset. Question 13. A commercial general liability (CGL) policy's coverage covers: Option A, personal and advertising injury. Option B, medical payments. Option C, bodily injury and property damage. Option D, employee injuries. The correct answer is option C, bodily injury and property damage. Coverage is the core of the CGL, ensuring the legal liability for bodily injury and property damage caused by an occurrence to which the policy applies. Question 14. An insured operates a small, unlicensed daycare in their home. If a child is injured, this would likely be: Option A, covered under the personal liability section of an HO policy. Option B, excluded as a business pursuit, requiring a commercial or business endorsement. Option C, covered under medical payments to others. Option D, covered under workers' compensation. The correct answer is option B, excluded as a business pursuit, requiring a commercial or business endorsement. Activities considered a business pursuit or the provision of professional services are typically excluded from personal liability coverage in a homeowner's policy. Question 15. A surety bond is a guarantee that: Option A, the principal will perform their obligation, backed by the surety's financial strength. Option B, an insurance policy will pay a claim. Option C, an employee will not be injured on the job. Option D, stock prices will increase. The correct answer is option A, the principal will perform their obligation, backed by the surety's financial strength. A surety bond is a three-party contract: principal, obligee, surety, where the surety guarantees the principal's performance or honesty. The principal is ultimately responsible for repaying the surety. Question 16. The oldest known type of insurance is: Option A, life insurance. Option B, ocean marine insurance. Option C, auto insurance. Option D, fire insurance. The correct answer is option B, ocean marine insurance. Ocean marine insurance, which began with ancient maritime loans like bottomry, is recognized as one of the earliest forms of insurance. Question 17. A producer persuades a client to cancel their existing life insurance policy to buy a new one, solely for the commission, to the client's disadvantage. This practice is: option A, rebating; option B, defamation; option C, twisting; option D, replacement. The correct answer is option C, twisting. Twisting is a specific form of misrepresentation where an agent induces a policyholder to lapse, surrender, or replace one policy with another to the policyholder's detriment. Question 18. A commercial package policy, CPP, consists of which standard components? Option A, one single form that cannot be customized. Option B, common policy declarations, conditions, and two or more coverage parts. Option C, only property and auto coverage parts. Option D, a BOP with an umbrella. The correct answer is option B, common policy declarations, conditions, and two or more coverage parts. A CPP is a flexible policy that starts with a common policy declarations and conditions jacket and allows the insured to add various commercial coverage parts. For example, question 19. A person slips and falls in a grocery store parking lot. This is an example of which type of liability exposure? Option A, products liability. Option B, completed operations. Option C, premises and operations. Option D, contractual liability. The correct answer is option C, premises and operations. The premises and operations exposure covers the ownership, maintenance, and use of the insured's premises and the business operations conducted there. Question 20. When a driver takes their eyes off the road to send a text message and causes an accident, the basis for the legal claim is most likely: option A, absolute liability; option B, vicarious liability; option C, negligence; option D, no-fault liability. The correct answer is option C, negligence. Negligence is the failure to use the reasonable degree of care that an ordinary person would exercise under similar circumstances. Distracted driving is a classic example. Question 21. A homeowner rakes leaves onto a neighbor's property and lights them on fire. The fire spreads and destroys the neighbor's shed. The homeowner's HO policy will likely: option A, pay for the neighbor's shed under coverage E; option B, deny the claim because it was an intentional act; option C, pay for the shed under coverage A; option D, pay for the shed under the neighbor's policy. The correct answer is option B, deny the claim because it was an intentional act. Property damage that is expected or intended by the insured is a standard exclusion in liability coverage. Deliberately setting a fire, even if meant to be small, is an intentional act. Question 22. Which statement is correct regarding the permissive use clause in a PAP? Option A, anyone driving the insured's car is automatically a named insured. Option B, a person using the insured's car with their permission is an insured under the liability coverage. Option C, the policy only covers household family members. Option D, a mechanic test driving the car is covered as a permissive user. The correct answer is option B, a person using the insured's car with their permission is an insured under the liability coverage. Liability coverage extends to any person using your covered auto with the named insured's reasonable belief they are entitled to do so. This is permissive use. Question 23. A friendly fire that stays within its intended confines, like in a fireplace, versus a hostile fire that leaves its intended place is a distinction relevant to: option A, commercial auto policies; option B, property insurance, as only direct damage from a hostile fire is typically covered; option C, general liability policies; option D, workers' compensation claims. The correct answer is option B, property insurance, as only direct damage from a hostile fire is typically covered. Fire insurance covers hostile fire. Question 24. A professional liability policy, errors and omissions, protects against: option A, bodily injury from a slip and fall; option B, claims for financial loss from negligent professional services; option C, employee theft of office equipment; option D, fire damage to business documents. The correct answer is option B. Claims for financial loss from negligent professional services. E&O insurance covers claims arising from a professional's failure to perform their duties with the expected standard of care, resulting in financial harm to a client but not physical bodily injury or property damage. Question 25. A mortgage clause in a property policy. Option A protects the insurer from bankruptcy. Option B protects the lender's financial interest in the property. Option C reduces the insured's premium. Option D eliminates the need for a deductible. The correct answer is option B. Protects the lender's financial interest in the property. The standard mortgage clause protects the mortgagee, lender, by giving them rights under the policy, such as receiving loss payment and notification of cancellation, even if the insured violates a policy condition.